Welcome to the Mother-Daughter-ish podcast. It's your mama's favorite podcast.
And the podcast your daughter always wanted.
This is Miss Dawn.
And Aungelique.
From the 713. Houston, y'all. Get connected and stay connected weekly as new shows debut on Sunday, Wednesday, and please check out our Saturday Out and About showcases.
Enjoy the show. Please subscribe, like, share, comment, and tell every woman on the planet that you know about our show.
Here's our show for today. Hey, it's Miss Dawn. You wondering how you can support our show, Mother-Daughter-ish? We have Cash App, we have PayPal, and we do have Vimeo. Support our show so that we can reach out to more women. Our goal is to reach and build a community of 1 million women. Why don't you come on and help us do that? Hey, mothers and daughters. Today we are talking about a very important and very fun subject. And the subject is about a book that I was given by my friend Louise Dewey. You remember, if you saw some of the shows and you saw where I went and I picked up some books from a friend of mine that promised me some books. And this particular one was in there. And when I saw it, I read it the first day. It took me about 2 hours to read the whole book. It's called Money Magic, and it's by a lady by the name of Lynne Palmer. And it was published by Starbright Publishers. This is a book that is a very old one. It's not something you'll probably just find around somewhere, but you can find it in some of the old bookstores. Back in the day, it was about $11. Probably today you could get it for maybe $3, $4, $5 or even cheaper than that. It was very first published in March of 1988. But when I tell you, when I thought about Libra season being in, I pulled this book out and was looking at some of my notes. So then I went back to one of the chapters, and as you can see right there, one of the chapters was on Libra. Now, I did read chapter 1, which is magical devices and affirmations and things like that, which are things that I use as, my money principles. But if you are interested in this book and you are interested in looking at what your sign says about money, check it out. Also, in chapter 2, it talks about different colors and things like that. You got to read this book because it's not just about money from a sign perspective, but it's money from affirmations, money from magical devices, money from colors, money from your sign. When it's magical, money magic with relationships, money magic on the way you think about positive or negative things about money and negative thinking. But it's also how to attract money and success. And I'm going to tell you, in my lifetime, I've read so many books and they have been spot on and really, really good to read. So this one, again, is all about money magic. In case you want to know about other books that Lynne Palmer has authored, she's authored books called Astrological Treasure Map. That's a good one. She's authored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, over 20 different books. How to Read Your Future Quickly, ABC Basic Chart Readings, The Milky Way. It's a 90-minute guide. And then Dear Sun Sign Reports. And there's like 10 of these books that I said, okay, I'm going to be on the hunt for these. I'll probably take me a little trip around Amazon to see if I can get those books because they seem very interesting to me. I'm going to start off with just giving you a little bit about what she said about Libra. By the way, for those of you who are not into signs, Libra is September 23rd. I'm born on the 24th, so I made it in. So it's September 23rd through October 22nd. We are almost done with Libra, which is what inspired me to do this particular topic because I know so many other Libras that are interested in it. But it says for Libra, you can attract wealth through the arts like Libra-born actresses Angela Lansbury. And we know just recently Angela Lansbury passed away. So she passed away almost a month after her birthday month. Or her birthday month could be October because it goes to October 22nd. Or you may orchestrate all the different facets, I'm turning the pages, of yourself to keep them in balance and help others do the same, such as Librian Dr. Joyce Brothers. Or perhaps you make your fortune through musically being creative, and performing like actress slash singer slash writer, both libertarian John Lennon and Anthony Newley. I don't know Anthony Newley, but I do, of course, know who John Lennon is. It says, or become a multi-millionaire like Julio Iglesias. We all know who that is. I'm excited. You know, when you have notes in a book that you've read a long time ago, when you finally pick up that book again and you start reading those notes, it gets quite exciting. Like, I already knew all of this. Like, I decided the other day, I'm making a list of every person that I've ever heard of or come across their name that has the same Libra birthday time as I do. The next thing it says, of course, multimillionaire like Julio Iglesias singing romantic songs on records in many languages, and all sell in enormous amounts worldwide. Prosperity may come if you dabble in many enterprises like my friend Mickey Rooney. We all know who that is. He had so many businesses going on at one time that it makes your head swim. Let me tell you something. That man, when I looked at his documentary, somebody was doing a story about him, and I was like, I didn't know he was into so many things. But it also says that I could also be like libertarian Gene Autry, who owns a ball team and TV stations, among other assets. Or your beauty may make you rich and famous like libertarian model Cheryl Teague. I know who that is. Catherine Deneuve. I think it's called Devereaux. Catherine Devereaux. Wealth may be attracted through using your charm. Yes, I'm very charming. Your personality. Yes, I have a wonderful personality. It's like this book was like, let me just tell her everything she want to hear, and it did. It says, when you meet people personally or interview them, like look at this, a Libran like Barbara Walters. Everybody, we know Barbara Walters and we love her. It says, if you socialize, typically Librians are active, and that is so true. I am just actively wild. And come into contact with people who are beneficial to your career. That has happened for the last 25 plus years. You can be on top that much faster. Good fortune can come because you are helpful to others, such as Librian Jack LaLanne. Oh, I know who that is. And his gems. I heard about him through those smoothie machines that you can, those juicers, the juicers. I have one of those. Actually, a very good friend of mine gave me hers, and she got a brand new one, and hers was still only 3 years old. So I was like, yeah, we're not throwing that away. Give that to me. So it says, usually when someone does you a favor, you're inclined to return it. Financial security may come because you're courteous, you're kind, fastidious, refined, neat, and bright like Librian Margaret Thatcher, or a perfectionist like puppeteer Librian Jim Henson. You don't like to hurt the feelings of others, and like Librian, let's go to the next page, Helen Hayes, you are gracious and ever so considerate. No wonder you're successful, it says, and it has exclamation mark behind. I'm so excited to hear this. And I have all this underlined in this book, so I just went straight to the page and could read it because I already had it highlighted from when Louise gave it to me. It says, your love of luxuries can give you your drive for affluence. That's very true. I am not a girl who loves money, but I am a girl who loves the access that money gives you and the things that money can buy. Doesn't mean I have to buy them or need them, but I love knowing that I have access to anything that I need access to. And money does that because that's the society we live in. If we were still trading mules, I'd have about 2,000 acres and millions of mules, because that's how I'd be trading if that's what we were doing. It says, if you want to be rich, you should learn how to say no to people. I've learned that. Took me 40 years to learn it, but I learned it. No, and not at this time. I love that says this. Says, if you want to be If you want to be rich, you should learn to say no to people. Otherwise, you'll be spending most of your time attending parties, which may be... Let me tell you something, that is so true. I learned that in networking, that if you don't say no, you will end up at parties that you don't even want to be at. And then you stand around and you're looking like, I don't fit in here. And there are so many places, I will confess right now, there are so many places I just don't fit in. There's nothing weird with me. I don't do crazy things. I'm not a drinker, so I don't get drunk. I just don't fit in. And this is so true. It says you'll be spending most of your time attending parties, which may be time consuming and may or may not help you accomplish your goals. I learned that through networking, y'all. It says flattery is a weakness of yours. Therefore, be leery of those who praise you consistently. Avoiding extremes in trying to achieve the balance you crave. It says try to make decisions if you spend all your time weighing the pros and cons. Propositions and opportunities may be lost. Watch laziness. I just had this conversation with somebody online the other day, and they were saying that, it's good to have lazy days. And so I said, well, my lazy day is on Mondays. I even tell my clients I'm not available on Monday. That's my off day. Every now and then I'll cater to somebody and do something because it's like, well, I was already off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I'll go ahead and do this little thing for this person. But Mondays is really my lazy days. And the reason I choose Mondays is because my weekend starts on Thursdays. And I like for it to end on Monday night. So that means I always like having Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So if I ever say anything about a weekend trip, really, literally, my weekend is going to be Thursday to a Monday. And that's just how I've always done it. That's just the way I do it. But this book, Money Magic, oh my gosh, it was so helpful. It was so inspiring. And not just because it told me everything that I wanted to specifically hear, but just because I know me so well that everything that it said, I agreed with it. If you want to learn a little bit more about yourself, I absolutely recommend that you pick up your copy of Money Magic by Lynne Palmer. It's a great read. It's a quick read. Again, I read it in 2 hours, so it was like 4 full chapters in the the one chapter, which was 3 pages, 2.5, 1, 2, 3, 3.5 pages long on the Libra section. And pretty much all of the signs are like that. They're about 3 pages long. But hope you enjoyed my little breakdown, letting you get to know a little bit more about me and letting you get to know a little bit more about Libras in case you've got Libras in your life. You got a Libra somewhere in your life. And so that's why it's important when I meet people, I go, what's your sign? And they just look at me like, why she asked that? But I asked for a reason because sometimes I know which signs I'm typically not going to get along with. I'm not going to mention them here because it's not important, because sometimes it depends on which part of the month you're born in. Like, I don't get along with May Geminis, but I get along with June Geminis. So it's just different signs that you can or you won't be able to get along with. So that's my show for today on Money Magic by Lynne Palmer. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye. Pick up your copy. Hey, it's Miss Dawn. You wondering how you can support our show, Mother-Daughter-ish? We have Cash App, we have PayPal, and we do have Vimeo. Support our show so that we can reach out to more women. Our goal is to reach and build a community of 1 million women. Why don't you come on and help us do that?